DA Flabby Willis is in even more trouble from the local level. We keep seeing things in terms of what's the big government going to do about it? But there's all these layers all the way down to the Georgia local communities right around Fulton County that are going after Fani Willis. They're less encumbered than the government, so that they can actually move quicker on this. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple. We're going to get into all this and more. Brand new evidence, brand new interviews, and I'm just going to let these clips kind of play out.
Things have gone from bad to worse for Fulton County DA Fani Willis. Not only is she the Georgia State Senate now facing an investigation into allegations of improper affair with the special prosecutor Nathan Wade, but now there's some more going on.
Yeah, this investigation happening with this committee that was formed. Georgia State Representative is moving to impeach her. Here to weigh in is Georgia Congressman Mike Collins. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks so much for coming on. This Senate investigation, the state Senate investigation, I want to be very clear that, again, this is still a local case, a local investigation. This has been approved to move forward.
Even though this is a local case, it has made national news because this was reported in Forbes. So it's not being buried like local coverage normally is, because this is Fani Willis targeting Trump.
Well, I think the wheels are clearly falling off the bus on this investigation. I was telling a group earlier this morning that I think this was more made for a Jerry Springer episode than it is anything. When you've got Fani Willis, who's obviously got her eye on somebody else's Fanny, instead of actually out there trying to do the people's work and trying to, pay for it off the taxpayers' dime.
You have all branches of media now focusing everything on Fani Willis. So before, the focus was on Trump. Now the focus, you never want to be the district attorney and have the whole thing suddenly be about you.
Sir, this case has now got national attention because a lot of people are wondering what is going on in Fulton County. The fact that all of this is going on behind the scenes, and yet the former president is facing some serious state charges here. Of course, I'm referring to Donald Trump and then those other co-defendants in the case. Republican Georgia State Rep Charlize Byrd officially filing a resolution to impeach the DA, posting this to X, saying, with freedom on the line, bold action is necessary. It's time for the legislature to do its constitutional duty and hold corrupt Fulton DA Fani Willis accountable, which is why she's introduced the articles of impeachment against Willis.
And at no additional charge, Charlize Byrd threw in an impeachment that very likely could go through. Now, how does Fani Willis run a case as the district attorney and be impeached?
Congressman Collins, do you think this happens here? Would there be support?
Yeah, I think it should. I think it's evident. And I think as more and more evidence comes out, especially over in the divorce court that's going on between Wade and his soon-to-be ex-wife, that's where a lot of your evidence has been coming from as to where the money has been funneled so Wade and Fani Willis could go on their escapades and their trips. So sure, the state legislature has the ability. They should take that up, and they should use their ability and their rights to impeach this lady and get her off this case. It's just another bogus case.
Bigger picture now, they're seeing that they don't have to say, oh, we're just Republicans doing this. It's, you can't argue with what she and Nathan Wade have done. But this is going to get stung by a ethics committee, and they're going to start going after documents between Nathan Wade and the White House, which shows collusion on the Trump case.
You see it all in every case that Trump is being tried in. They are just another way for the Biden administration. Fani Willis and Wade, and they had connection and had been speaking with the White House on this case. So it has been a way for the Biden administration and Joe Biden to use the court system and the DOJ to try to just kill his political opponents.
They know that communications did happen between Nathan Wade and the White House. They have to do all these Freedom of Information Act, which is coming. They're requesting it.
I wanted to bring that kind of something. I was going to ask you about the White House logs and the alleged visits, 8-hour visit by the special prosecutor Nathan Wade within the White House, meeting with White House counsel in Athens, Georgia. Again, this according to logs.
There are freedom of information. Someone's going after those communications. But here's Fani Willis stung by another ethics complaint. This is at Newsweek. Fani Willis has been hit by an ethics complaint after her office allegedly refused to a request to provide public records that people are after, as well as alleging the affair. In a 127-page filing, Roman said 2 meetings took place between White House employees and Nathan Wade in 2022. 2 meetings. In a letter seen by Newsweek, Greg Mantell, founder of the Substack blog Investigative News Service, wrote to the Fulton County Board of Ethics last Tuesday, accusing Willis of several ethics violations concerning the filing. He said, quote, "I wish to file a formal ethics complaint against Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis for several violations of the ethics code." They're supposed to have free and open documentation of everything, which they're saying they're basically accusing her of a cover-up. He added, he requested Willis's expense reports in the years of 21, 22, and 23. So, right, expense reports is how they find all this stuff, because it'll show the flights Nathan Wade took up to Washington, D.C. They'll be there in an expense report. All contracts and payments to Wade in 21, 22, and 23. So they're trying to find a monetary trail that she will not reveal, and records pertaining to $14 million in awards for the Department of Justice, the DOJ. Are they laundering it back to the DOJ? However, he alleged the office only provided 2 of the apparently 3 employment contracts for Wade, and said his other requests were denied. So what if the third one is the Department of Justice sending him dough? Quote, "I believe SCDAO illegally refused to provide the bulk of the records, apparently to cover up other actions that have also been raised as ethics issues," unquote, he said. So there is a cover-up, apparently. We won't know until you see the documents they won't give you. He added, "Miss Willis is a walking ethics violation. She has violated so many sections of the ethics code, it would be easier for me to state what sections she hasn't violated rather than the sections she has," unquote. That's kind of a bad reputation to have when you're also trying to run an indictment against Trump. On Friday, news website Just the News sent its request for records of any meetings and communications between Willis or Wade with the White House or Justice Department officials. It was ignored. The news outlet filed a complaint with Georgia Attorney General Christopher M. Carr. Now, Christopher Carr is the one that they say is one of Kemp's buddies that they think might be compromised, but we're going to find out how hard he works on this. After Just the News said Willis's office failed to meet the 3-day deadline to respond to the request under the Open Records Act. So she didn't release the documents. So now they're going to get her on an ethics violation. That's bad news for Fani. Once again, good news for Trump. Please subscribe, get on board. It encourages me to do more videos. I'm Doug in Exile.